So I invest a lot of time into learning because I believe that that's what we should be doing. I mean, we live in an age where knowledge is so available to us. There's no reason that we shouldn't be learning every day. There's no reason that we should be ignorant on certain things. Now, that's a topic for another video. Where I'm going with this is um I've studied philosophy for almost the entirety of my self-improvement journey, but I've only recently really taken that leap, and I've started to really crack down on my studying and learning and taking courses and whatnot, and really trying to get to a point where I feel I have not mastered the subject, because that's very difficult, especially with something like philosophy, but to a point where I would feel comfortable having deep philosophical conversations. That is a goal of mine. And philosophy is obviously something I very much enjoy. So a topic came up in my studying that really was practical in my life, and I wanted to share it because I doubt many many people have considered this, especially pertaining to those who are in the process of altering their lifestyle and bettering themselves. As many of you know, one of the best, even I've said it in a video, that the best way to clean the clutter out of your mind is to spend a lot more time in nature. And I've been spending a lot of time in nature. I've been doing a lot of hikes. I've been doing a lot of hikes. That's what I've been doing. Nothing to the point where I'm trying to like conquer some crazy trail, but I've been taking some walks and some hikes, and just trying to stay outside as much as possible, because otherwise I will, other than that, I'd probably stay home and read a book. But you know, it's the summertime now, so there's no excuse. There is no excuse to be inside. Anyway, a philosopher, sorry, by the name of Ralph Waldo Emerson. You've probably heard of him. I honestly haven't read much of his. I own a very thick collection of his works, but I have not touched it yet. So I am not the best at this moment of this video. I am not well read in his works, but there was something mentioned in it might have been a podcast that I was listening to, that struck me. I don't know the exact quote, but he basically says that when you are taking your walks, when you are taking your hikes, when you are doing, whatever, when you are out in nature, there is a specific way to do so. Now, this applies so well in the modern era, because at least for me, especially when I first started getting out of my house and trying to spend more time in nature, I couldn't enjoy. It's not that I didn't enjoy it. I couldn't. I couldn't. I guess be present. I couldn't be still. In my walks, in my time in nature, because I was thinking. I was obviously trying to focus. I was trying to clear my mind, but I would be thinking of, what am I going to do after this walk? What am I going to, how long, and, things like, how long am I going to walk for? Because I never really set times. I still don't set times. I just go out, and however long I stay out there is however long I stay out there. Because I usually do it right before, in the evening, right before I go to bed. So, obviously I'm not going to cut into my sleeping schedule, but whichever, I don't really have set times. Anyway, my point is, I had a very cluttered mind, and while I was in nature, getting the I was in nature, having that meditative process, that meditative experience, I was not getting the most of it. And I know there are people who can relate. So what did Ralph Waldo Emerson say? He said that we should, I don't know I might be misquoting him pretty bad when I say this, but his quote went something like, you need to be asking questions. You need to be questioning nature. You need to be asking questions of, how do I relate to all of this nature around me? Where is it interlinked? You need to be having deep philosophical questions when you are on your walks. Now, not everyone is a philosopher. Not everyone is even interested in philosophy, but when you are in nature, there is a deep primal connection there. It's no coincidence that getting out of your house and being in nature is such a commonly prescribed self-improvement practice. It's no coincidence. And it's also no coincidence that it works. it does work. It cleans you right out. It cleans your soul. It cleans your mind. And why is that? Well, these are the questions you should be asking when you are taking these walks. You should be questioning it. You should be questioning the order of nature, which is interesting, because when we look into a forest, it looks very messy. What do you see when you look into a forest? You see rocks, trees, scattered about. You see leaves on the ground. You see shrubs, ferns, whatever. It looks very messy to us, no? When you think of human order, what does that look like? What does order look like for humans? We have drawers and cabinets that are labeled. We have files labeled all in one place. You have your books on your bookshelf, and they're all labeled, right? And they're all in color coordination. By some people do them by by alphabetical order, whatnot. That's human order. When you look into the forest, what you're seeing is God's order, and it's not we don't understand it as humans. We don't understand it. So that's something to question, There are so many questions, and this is what you should be doing. You need to bridge that connection between you and this world in its most bare, naked, natural form. Because that's what nature is. It's this world in its most natural form, in its most naked form. So, and there's a connection there. So like I said, you need to ask these questions and bridge that gap. And not only will it keep you out of your head, and will it cut back these honestly pointless thoughts, but it will also how do I want to say this? It will bring about a very profound meaning to your existence in relationship with the natural world, with nature. And that is priceless. It is also a common theme that people on such walks through nature, they have almost revelations, and it changes their life. It changes the world sometimes. A lot of great minds went on walks. More importantly, they went on walks through nature, where it is quiet, where it is, like I said, bare naked, the earth in its bare naked natural form. And they had life-changing revelations. And you can't have those revelations if you're not thinking the right thoughts. So, when you go for your walks, I want to say don't bring a phone. for some of you, that's not very good advice, because you might get lost. But I want to say, I don't know. So for some of you, that's bad advice, but I don't know. I guess if you're going somewhere and you're not gonna have service anyway, don't bring your phone. What I'm trying to say is limit distractions. Be as present as you possibly can. And when you, it's like mindful meditation, right? You're going to be in the forest, and you're going to have these thoughts, and they're going to be unproductive, and you need to recognize, and you need to revert your focus onto something more productive. Like I said, ask these philosophical questions. Also, if you are building a company, or you have any other project that is important, this is a good time to cultivate ideas. I would say if doing so brings you a lot of stress, don't obviously don't be thinking about, if you work a job that's really stressful, like, don't bring stress into this moment. Like I said, this is a very meditative moment. You're trying to clean out your soul. So choose your thoughts wisely and discard the useless thoughts, the unproductive thoughts. And that is the basis of what I'm trying to get at here. So yeah. I hope that makes sense, and I hope this is useful for at least one person. And my chain just fell off. I felt something going down my back. So yeah, that's great. Awesome. All right. I'm going to end this video here. I'll see you guys.